We're going to do that in the helicopter promo.
No, that's going the non-helicopter part.
All right, welcome to the two Montys. The other bloke, predictably, is in the toilet. Hang on. Let's do the take two. Welcome to the two Montys. The other Monty will be joining us very shortly. He's off sending some emails to his white supremacist group. But apart from that, welcome to the two Montys. Predictably...
It's all good to go for the rally. I'm just going to cut
Toll ambulance service. I'm from Toll ambulance service.
Oh, jeez. And the worst part is none of this will be usable.
Yeah. All right.
That's how it is.
Now, where do I look? What do I do? I've not done this before.
Just talk normally.
Yeah.
To YouTube?
As you know,
Okay.
people mostly listen, so it doesn't actually matter where you look.
No.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
Then.
You don't.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, and when you turn your head, don't do that. You
To
do.
her?
No, she's got a lapel mic, mate. She can do what she likes.
Oh, with
you
the
do
mic.
it all the time.
That's
you
why I
do.
asked for a fucking
You do this.
stand, but
No,
I told her
that's
to go
worse
fuck
because
myself.
you do this. And then what I said was, just chase yourself.
All right, let's get into it. Welcome back to the two Montys. Another
Thrilling episode.
thrilling episode. We've got a special guest joining us in the new studio today.
Yes. Do we? I know. We'll talk about the studio later.
Let's see if he remembers her name. Who have we got here, Kingy?
This is Tam,
Hello,
which I believe is short for Tamara
Or Tamara.
or Tamara.
Tamara.
We had this conversation last
It is
night.
Tamara.
Yeah.
It is Tamara.
that's-
You know what? And this is what I'll say because I was having a discussion with some other celebrants on the weekend about names and pronunciations, and I always, right before kickoff, you know, if I'm standing there with a groom, for example, not that it's always a groom, I'm aware of that, but if I'm standing there with a groom, I go, just say all your names for me and like get him to run through all the names because I'll say, and that's a perfect example where I would be saying to myself, you know, all the lead up, Tamara, 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 and then you get there and I'll go, just say everybody's names, and he'll be like, Tamara, and I'll be like, okay, no worries, because it doesn't matter how normal you think someone's name is. Very often there will be a inflection or a
Yeah.
pronunciation that you are not prepared for.
See, Grandad goes the other way. Like the easiest name to pronounce, he stuffs up. He said, "Oh, have you met Cheryl? It's Cheryl, Grandad. It's Cheryl, not Cheryl."
Aaron, Balake.
And then, you know, he'll get the most complicated international name correct, like Bang Bang or Ting Ting or whatever.
Oof, I wouldn't say that. Anyway,
Anywho,
we've got Tamara here from the Westpac Helicopter,
Westpac Rescue Helicopter Service.
who are indeed the two Montys charity of choice in 2025.
next year. Yep.
That's the next year.
So we're running our
2025.
annual charity auction on Valentine's Day, as per usual.
Yes.
We like to pick the most inconvenient of times to gather all our
No,
vendor friends.
bring your loved one, come to our auction, buy a wedding.
Yep, that's it.
Sounds like a great
Not-
plan.
Not win it. What do you mean?
No, I didn't say. Did I say win?
No, I'm just getting you to reiterate how much you can't win it.
No, you can't
This
win
is
it. You've got to buy it.
this
But
is-
instead of paying the vendors, your money will go straight to the Westpac Rescue Helicopter in 2025.
Fine.
I do need to tell a little story about winning out there because Robert at the farm, he gets very excited on Grays Online or Auctions Plus when there's machinery up that he really needs, like a new excavator or, you know, a steamroller or whatever it is. And he sits there.
How many steamrollers does he need?
There's kind of one of everything, and then except for John Deere's,
And a
there's
spare.
about 11 of them. But he gets there and he's bidding, and you know it makes the noise cha-ching every time you put the bid on. You're the highest bidder. But then when he is the highest bidder at an auction, he gets very excited and tells us all at the table, "I won the excavator." You didn't win anything.
Yeah.
You just paid for it. And then I feel like he's going to turn up to this bloke's place and say, "Hi, I'm Robert. I won the excavator online." He's like, "No, you just transferred me a lot of money for it."
yeah.
So no, there'll be no winning of this auction.
Yeah. I just had it sitting down here. I really needed it here.
So,
Anyway, so enough talk about the farm.
hey, I thought we weren't going to swear in this bit for Tam.
Yeah, well, they're not. Wait, the bit about the farm probably not going to make the Westpac helicopter cut. I wouldn't think.
Look, it was a great story, but
Thank
we
you.
might not focus on Robert if that's okay. Might
Yes,
leave Robert
all right.
at the farm.
So let's go back to the
Let's get down to brass tacks.
whatever that is, whatever that means. That saying's probably before my time.
Old men and their sayings.
Yeah.
Can't do much about it.
I keep thinking you're.
I'm here to back you up, mate. Don't
Yeah.
come at me now.
Or if you-
Tamara says it's okay, buddy.
if you're friends now, keep it that way. So we have just done a pretty cool tour of the chopper base out of Belmont.
Yeah, I keep an eye out for the excellent footage of me trying to get into the chopper. Thanks to Hope from Killer Creations there. Hope from Content Killers.
Yes. Thank you, Hope.
Yeah, so we've been out at Belmont doing a tour of the facility.
Yeah. And last minute, I mean, we were probably both dying to get in the chopper, but then didn't know whether we should after hearing it's worth $20 million.
No.
And anyway, they let us climb in and, have a little go.
What is that noise?
That's a leaf blower.
You can shut that big door there if you want. It does shut.
What door?
The sliding door.
All right.
Look at that. I really need to get
So
the
sorry, just to be
rickety
clear,
noise.
we'll have to cut this part out for the Westpac helicopter as well. But just to be clear, we didn't sit outside because you wanted to put the AC on. And I just want to be super clear, that giant sliding door's been open the whole time with the AC.
I did forget about that.
Copy.
Dylan will be furious because I'm always blowing up about the power bill and the door's open with the aircon on. So that was a bit of a blue.
Oh, your mate.
Yeah.
Your mate.
My mate.
Okay, we really need to
My
focus.
mate.
So
We
we've
do.
just done a tour of the Westpac chopper base at Belmont
Yep.
and learn a lot about the amazing work they do there.
Incredible work.
$4,000 an hour it costs to run that chopper.
Round
4,000.
figures?
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At round figures about 4,000. The machine itself about $20 million.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
To
we've
get
got
stocked in.
But they've got 5 of them, which
Five
is
of
why
them.
they were willing to let us climb in and have
They
a go.
got one to spare.
And obviously a lot cleverer people than us because it was like 3 DJ decks stacked together in that center console. I struggle with 2 cup holders. So they really know what they're doing because we would have no idea. We couldn't even get in and out. They have
Hey, that was my first time. I reckon I'll be better. Like 3 or 4 times.
okay. They've got
I'll be like Dukes of Hazzard, mate. You wouldn't even have to open the door. I'd just be swinging in.
so they were boasting about how they have to take off within 10 minutes of accepting the job, but their current timing
Took
is
me
about
10 minutes to get in.
is about 6 minutes. We weren't even in it after 10. Like,
And if you were in the aircrew officer's seat, then you've got to be nimble enough to jump into the back and open the door up to use the winch.
Mate, one of the words people use to describe me often is nimble.
I have doubts.
They call me Jack B.
I don't get that.
That's it, Jack B. Nimble.
I got that one.
Jack be nimble.
It's because you don't have any kids.
Yeah, no.
I have doubts. But, we're moving on.
Anyway, it's really good to raise money for the Westpac helicopter.
So we keep getting sidetracked. So the reason that you're
This hardly
here,
ever happens.
What?
the reason that Tam's here is because what's your role in Tamworth?
So
Your title?
I am.
Do you live in Tamworth because your name's Tam?
No, I don't.
Oh.
But there is a hospital in Tamworth called the Tamara Private Hospital, and I like to take credit for that.
Oh.
Nothing to do with me.
I
but-
genuinely thought that was the Tamara Private Hospital.
So I'm an events assistant with the Westpac Rescue Helicopter Service. So I work on our multi-day events, and I also work with our rescue club, which is our group of past patients. So quite often past patients will get in touch with us and say, I've been assisted by your service and I'd love to come back and see the helicopter. And part of my role is bringing them back, introducing them to the crew that assisted them if they're available, and showing them the helicopter in a bit of a nicer light, I guess, rather than it being on the worst day of their lives.
And you yourself are a past patient.
I am a past patient. I was transported in 2014 after a car accident in our hometown of Glen Innes.
That's the connection here.
Absolutely.
Tam and I grew up together.
More Glen Innes.
We did. So I was driving a Mazda 121 and I ran
Is that a bubble car?
little bubble car, little rice bubble. She was purple. She was beautiful. Monty likes to talk down on her now, but let me tell you, he didn't mind when I was picking him up from school every Thursday and taking him to Macca's.
Mm.
I also, one of my first car was a purple Suzuki Chino,
There you go.
which was a tiny little hatchback.
Again
in
with the
purple.
racism over here.
Why is it racist?
A Suzuki Chino.
That's what the name of the car was.
No, I think that's a slur.
If you owned a Suzuki Chino,
Right in.
right in to go yourself at the two Montys.
Oh dear.
Sorry, Tim. Back to your accident.
That's okay. So, yeah, I was driving a Mazda 121 and I hit a Hilux at 100 kilometres an hour on a back road out of Glen Innes, out at Shannon. And so the helicopter was able to, I was taken by road from Glen Innes to Armidale, but I got really, really serious along the way and my arm was very badly broken. They thought they'd have to amputate it. And I also had a lot of internal injuries. So the helicopter came and picked me up from Armidale and flew me down to Tamworth in about, I think the flight time was about 18 minutes. It's usually an hour and a half by road. And I was taken straight into hospital and my arm was sort of manipulated on the helipad so that I'm, obviously still got it. And then I spent 12 weeks in ICU and they fixed up my belly and I broke my leg as well and a lot of other things. But when I was in hospital, I found out that the helicopter was a free service, which I was really grateful for because I thought my parents would kill me if they'd had to pay for it.
At $4,000 an hour.
Yes.
Very grateful it only took 18 minutes.
And so, I ended up volunteering for them for a while and being a bit of a, spokesperson for the service and how wonderful it is. And then I got employment there and that sort of brings us up to now.
So I feel like a real piece because I knew of...
Stop swearing.
I knew of Tam's accident, but this weekend I was having a rather large session at the Glen Innes races. Deepwater races, which is just a huge, great time.
So sorry, the weekend of the accident?
Yes.
Weekend of the accident. And
so my accident was on a Friday night and the Deepwater races was the following Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and Dad being, was he your doctor?
Yes.
Yeah. So knew of the accident but did not really know the severity of it. Anyway, this rather large night I had at the races, one of the biggest in history for myself because there's quite a few photos of me sprawled out in various positions, butt naked, taken by some mates. And anyway,
this sounds like a standard Saturday night.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, I've sent Tam a photo the next morning.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah, fully. And not knowing that she was then being placed into an induced coma. And then I messaged her parents.
She wasn't until she saw the photos.
I messaged her parents being like, hey, I haven't heard from Tam. Is everything all right? No, actually.
It's very far from okay, as it turns out.
There's a lot of things that should be inside that are not inside. And, yeah. So anyway, that if it weren't for the chopper, wouldn't be here. So
Yes.
And that's what brings
exactly
us around to this, I guess.
my turn to pick the charity this year.
Yeah,
and it was a no-brainer.
If you're the sort of absolute maniac, sorry, I've sworn again there, beat that out someone. If you're the sort of maniac that's listened to us for a while, you will know that we take turns in selecting the charity. And so, as my comrade here just said, it was his turn this year, and this was really a bit of a no-brainer to...
It's very convenient because between us, no brain.
And the helicopter service is so grateful. We're obviously being a charity in Newcastle, we've been watching the two Montys for quite some time and seeing the great success that you guys have had. And we're just really grateful to be a part of it. And we're so glad to be able to work with you guys.
Well, thank you, but save the applause until the hammer goes down.
Yeah, that's right.
We've done nothing yet.
Old glass half empty over here. We haven't done a thing yet.
Well, it's 50 years of the helicopter service.
50 years of the helicopter.
In Newcastle next year. So we're banking on a minimum of 50 for 50, I think.
I didn't even know helicopters had been around for 50 years. So there you go.
Almost as long as you, mate.
Well, you say
you know what? That's not even a joke. I'm only 4 years off it.
50 for 50, that would be good. But also, Tam has promised us, without prior approval, from the
I don't know if we should say this on air.
It's coming.
Oh.
If we raise 100, we get our sticker, our two Montys sticker on the side of the chopper.
Even if it's only...
Along with the big sponsors like Westpac.
Even if it's only for a second and a half, or we take a quick photo and then whip it straight off.
You know, Blue Tack does some wonderful things.
Already? Maybe we don't even need to do the 100. Hope we'll just, AI it in or something.
How about we don't advertise that and we keep the 100 as a goal, though? Like, I feel like let's let the public know we'd like to do it.
We would like 100, but also we don't care about the sticker. It would just be nice.
No, but if we could raise $100,000 for the Westpac helicopter, that would be tremendous.
That would be pretty good.
Although that would be a significant jump in our top dollar
which we
amount.
would not be mad about.
No, we
Gotta
would
have
not be mad.
goals.
We not be mad. But again, old glass half empty over here.
Our
Let's keep it realistic.
current record is sitting at $55,000.
Yeah, and that is a very, very reasonable amount to pay for a
Very generous amount. Too,
well, it's a generous amount, but it's also very reasonable for a kick-ass wedding in a great location at Ravella in Newcastle this year.
Yeah, shall we run through a bit of a list?
Yeah, who have you guys got on board?
So we've locked down Ravella as our venue, and they're in cahoots with. You don't like me using that word, do you?
No, collaborating.
Collaborate. Oh,
Yeah, because collaborating goes
Sound
back to
like
that
it's a
other
bit,
topic
like,
we're not allowed to talk
Yeah.
about.
Hmm.
He's a real collaborator, that guy.
So they have got Alfie's.
Alfie's is the caterer
Alfie's
because
Italian.
they're on-site caterer.
Incredible. We've also got Kimmy from Love Glows, who's been a supporter from the start.
That's right.
Rundle Tailoring again from the start.
Yeah, right. They only just squeaked in. There's a lot of hot competition in that slot. But Andrew and Bronwyn, we would never, ever, ever not have them on board.
They are very, very generous people. We've also got Hope from Content Killers coming around for a second year in a row. Very excited to have her on board. We've got our musicians lined up.
We do.
We've got two. Matt McLaren is going to be doing our ceremony, canapes,
And dinner, I think.
and dinner sets. And Sam from Silent Shout is throwing down our dance floor party nightclub set towards the end of the night.
So just so, if anybody's out there listening thinking, oh, maybe we might be interested in bidding on that, so the venue has this big old church side, which is where the ceremony and canapes and dinner will occur. And then it has this little kind of antechamber in the back where that will basically become like a nightclub. So dinner will...
Do they call it the Red Room or something?
they might call it the Red Room.
Yeah.
And so basically, dinner and canapes and ceremony will happen upstairs in this lovely big old church space with Matt McLaren absolutely killing it. And then when it's party time, it'll be down into the little back room. Shouldn't say little, it's quite big.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a nightclubby DJ set down there. So it's pretty exciting.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Also, as of confirmed on the weekend, we have got Bloom Folk.
Holy Christ.
Let's do it again.
You've got to cut that bit.
No, there's no cuts. We go straight
Cut
through.
that.
No cuts.
As of the weekend, we can confirm
The Bloom Folk.
the Bloom Folk, Jade from the Bloom Folk, is on board as our florist. I actually worked with her on Saturday at the Woodhouse, walked in and knew exactly who had done the florals. She has a very particular style, and that style is absolutely incredible.
Stunning.
Yes.
Who are you?
All right.
King's on the phone.
Yeah, Hope, could you do me a massive favour? Could you just go out the front door and see if one of our podcast guests for the future might be lurking about outside there?
I should have put the 12-inch double ender on the front porch. Then they'd know where to go.
Right,
let's
sorry for
finish
that.
the Westpac part
Yeah,
now.
sorry for that interruption.
Blue and double
And that's
ender.
it. That's it for now, actually.
No, well,
Okay,
hang
so-
on. We can, because we'll just cut clips out. Hope will cut clips out. Is there anything else that you want to?
I'm in the vendors. That's it for the vendors.
Yeah. No, but in terms of Tam, is there any other like Westpac info that you wanted? We could cut into a little clip here for you now.
Well, as we said, the Westpac Rescue Helicopter Service has been in Newcastle for 50 years in 2025.
And started here.
Started here in Newcastle. Started as a small surf life-saving service, and now we've got 5 helicopters, all worth $20 million apiece, based all throughout northern New South Wales, from Lismore, Tamworth and Newcastle, from the Queensland border down to the Hawkesbury River. And yeah, we do about 1,500 missions a year.
Yep.
So we're just so grateful to have the support of the two Montys on board.
I'm trying to
with
do the
us.
maths in my head. 1,500 missions, $4,000 an hour.
Don't try and do the maths.
That's
mate,
a lot
please.
of. That's a lot of charity weddings we're going to need to pull together.
We're grateful to have one. It's really nice. And it's so special for me to be able to work with you as well.
No.
Well, and that's part of the part of the sell, and the reason we do it is, we select these charities that we have a connection with and that are meaningful to us, and this is just another example.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if it was that.
That's the
photo
most
of you-
sincere thing I've ever said on this thing.
That was very sincere.
Clip that.
And I was going to follow it up with, even if it was a photo of Monty stark naked that put me in an induced coma for 10 days. So, like, you know, it's just so grateful that he's finally coming
24
back.
hours before driving at 100 kilometers an hour and immediately coming to a stop. That wasn't it.
No, it was you naked.
It was my cock and balls on your camera.
Sorry, I
To
don't
be
wanna
honest,
see my
the
little
thought of
brother
that's about to
naked.
make me pass out.
Yeah, I'd be leaning back if I were you. Seriously. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, induced coma. That sounds like a post-nut snooze.
Can I assure you after that photo, it was not.
Oh, well, hope we'll put that photo in the show notes as well.
Does it still exist? I've deleted
That's another instruction in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
If you could just action that, that'd be great.
And you're actually here for this one.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I don't think your listeners need that.
Oh, you'd be surprised what our
10
listeners
years
need.
ago was a long
Our listeners are
time.
pretty, bottom of the barrel type of.
Needy, and they're needy. That's what they're here for.
No, obviously, Newcastle based. I'm trying to get back on track here. Newcastle
I think we're
based.
well and truly off track.
Yeah, okay. Anything else for the chopper side?
No, I think we've covered it.
1,500 missions.
Yep.
Yep.
Is that what you took away? 1,500 missions.
Big yellow and red thing flying about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did get a good photo after we did climb in ungraciously into the cockpit. Although I'd have thought you'd have been better at climbing into a cockpit.
We've been waiting for it, and it's finally here. We all knew it was going to happen.
To be honest, I didn't. It just occurred to me, and I'm filthy with myself. It's taken so long. But there is a good photo of us giving a thumbs up. Like an absolute pair of morons.
See, I'm surprised that's the photo you bring up, because I thought the favourite photo that you would have had that was taken was the one of my stunning dress hanging in the window of the helicopter.
Hanging from the
We
winch.
all know how much you love a dress pic.
Can I say that when it was suggested to me that you were bringing your dress to either wear or hang, I was like, this is the worst idea I've possibly ever heard. And I'm happy to say I was very wrong.
Well, Hope cut that, because you're never going to hear that again.
I will. People say this about me. I'll say I'm wrong anytime and apologise anytime.
Oh, no.
If you can prove it.
That's not what they say about you. They say far worse things. Not that he's wrong.
No, he's just a real piece of shit.
Yeah. No, we did get some good behind the scenes footage. Very excited.
Yeah, and it was really great to be able to go out there and get the info, meet some of the blokes out there. And when I say blokes, I know there's not all blokes in the chopper all the time.
Let's be very careful.
It's a
We
team.
don't-
But
I
just the
don't-
people we
I'm one
met
of
today
those.
were, in fact,
Men.
I believe, identifying as blokes.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Now-
They do. Yeah, if you could let Nell know, I don't want to be executed.
I just want to be clear, we love Nell.
Dan doesn't know it, but I don't think she wants to.
I'm nervous.
She's terrified. Now, yet again, Lincoln, I failed to start a timer. How are we looking? 5.
Yeah.
Shall I tell that joke I told just before?
No.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Gonna stop you right there.
Yeah, right. I know. I'll say. Oh, do you want to? While Tam's here,
Yeah.
I've got a word on here. This is unrelated. I mean, we've moved on from the helicopter now,
That's
but because you're
fine.
here,
Absolutely.
I've got 2 words written on my list, and I don't know if you want to do it now or save it for another episode.
Is it prostate exam?
No,
Okay.
no, but
Not sure how that's relevant.
fellas
to
out
me.
there, once or twice a week, fine.
Well, I can tell you, once or twice a week, that is very lackluster. Mate, you don't care about your health at all, do you?
It says Zinger Pie.
Oh!
Do we want to do that now?
Oh, absolutely.
Great. Excuse me. See all those people over there not doing anything? Could someone bring me a beer, please?
Oh, what an asshole.
What is a zinger pie?
Zinger pie.
Oh,
Hang
you
on,
wait
hang
for
on,
this.
hang on.
Okay.
This is, I only know the tiniest part, and I've been begging him to tell me about it, and he said, I will not. I'm saving it for the podcast.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to go from the start here. So
Just
there's-
walk in front of it. It's fine.
So, you know how you think you know someone and then you find out one of those details that you just can't unlearn? Well, I learned that Dylan has been.
So who's sorry, Dylan? For those playing at home, who's Dylan?
No, isn't it who the
So Dylan is he was my intercourse associate. Now he's my partner, living chum.
I hope that camera got Tam's whiplash head snap when you said intercourse partner.
Look, it's the big sister in me and it doesn't go away easy.
So I found out that Dylan's been having an affair online with KFC chat.
This is so tremendous.
5th of October, 2022. Hello. And just remember what was going on in the world that year. The spicy cough. Ruining.
We're at the back. We're at the back end of the 2022. Did you say?
Yeah. So still around.
We're in the back end of the spicy cough.
Hello.
Speaking of spicy,
any news on the Zinger Pie? KFC. Hi, Dylan. Thanks for taking the time to contact KFC. Sadly, still no news of the Tower Burger making a return. However, as the saying goes, never say never. I'll pass your comments onto the team to take on board next time our products are reviewed. Thanks, Kim, customer service. Dylan, thanks, Kim, but I asked about a Zinger Pie, not a Tower Burger. Please ensure your feedback is amended to reflect the Zinger Pie. I really miss them. Hi, Dylan. My apologies. I've passed on your feedback to bring back the Zinger Pie to the team.
and we should just say, for those playing at home that haven't, Dylan is in the legal field. So
As if you couldn't tell.
I was about to say his comments will reflect that.
And I have to ask, was Dylan your associate?
No,
at this
2022.
time?
No, this is before,
Well
but this
before,
is
okay.
continued
he
into our relationship.
listen, he may not have got a start if he had a name.
That's what I was curious
And
about.
it goes on, hi Dylan, my apologies. I've passed on your feedback to bring back the Zinger Pie to the team. Thanks, Kim, customer service. And you'll notice that it's still Kim here. It does go on though. Hey, please let me know if there is any update.
When was
this?
Oh, hang on. I've gone in the wrong. This started back in 9th of November 2020.
Oh, so
Sorry, I've gone
we are
out of
deep in the spicy cough.
Oh.
These are the originals. Please let me know if there's any update.
Not only was it spicy cough, he wanted a spicy pie.
Any update on bringing back the Zinger Pie? No news yet. However, I've passed this on to marketing, so stay tuned. Jamie, customer service. Thanks so much. Hopefully it's back soon and forever. Any news on when Zinger Pies will be back? Same deal. Dylan, thanks, Kim.
So from 2020, we've heard of
2020.
2022.
But the Zinger, any update on the Zinger Pie would be a nice New Year's surprise. And again, a long-winded message from Jorik this time at
Jorik.
customer service. Thanks for
Alas,
taking the
poor
time to
Jorik, I knew him
contact.
well.
Thanks for taking the time to contact us at KFC. Sorry to be the deliverer of such disappointing news. However, we have no information on Zinger Pies. Thanks, Jorik, for your efforts. I hope that my feedback eventuates to the return of a Zinger Pie. I know it's greatly missed by many Australians.
I didn't know that KFC had customer care. Like, this is all new to me.
They've had to put 3 more people on since Dylan started messaging.
I've got to find. Hang on, there's another one. Hello, is there any news on Zinger Pies? I miss them.
When was this?
This is July 2021. This is in the middle. No news yet. However, I've passed this on to marketing, so stay tuned. Jamie, customer service.
Now listen, we can't hear all of them between 2020 and now.
I missed
The next one, Zinger Pie, full stop. Now, full stop. Please, full stop. Mummy, full stop.
Oh, no.
Oh, you know what? Does that have a time?
Yeah,
the
that's
date
what
and
I
the
wanna know.
Definitely shit-faced.
I was going to say, that's a 2:32 a.m.
I found the OG, the original one to start it
Mummy.
off. Hello. Since we're in a pandemic, I was wondering when you may be deciding to release some good news and say the Zinger Pie is coming back. It would put a smile on so many customers' faces. I'm sure of it. Looking forward to hearing from you. And again, no update then. And then the last one was a bit more savage.
So sorry, last one is in the most recent.
Most recent.
And when was that?
22nd of June this year.
So when he was a live-in chum.
This is
And
tremendous.
it's a prior to this, there was a please provide an urgent update on relation to when
Urgent
Zinger Pie will return. Any update on the Zinger Pie, please? I've been asking for years and I have not received a proper update from KFC, which is disappointing. And then please advise if there is an update on the Zinger Pie. I'm sorry to be annoying, but I have been asking about this for years and I haven't received an update with any substance whatsoever. All responses are implying you'll pass on the feedback. Is there anything I can do to speed up the process? I'm happy to initiate a poll or petition of some description. Alternatively, if you could let me have the recipe, then I'll leave you guys alone and not ask any more questions.
He just wants the 11 different herbs and spices.
So I'd like to say to our 4 or 5 listeners out there, it could be argued that I've put a bit of shit on Dylan. And as way of recompense, I encourage all of our listeners to jump onto your messenger, contact the KFC account and ask them on behalf of Dylan when we could be hearing about the Zinger Pie. Any information, please.
And I think he offered up to do a poll. Hope, I think the next.
Oh, Hope, could you put that in the show notes, please?
Clip, we're gonna have a link. It'll be on
Can
our
I also
stories.
say Hope doesn't do show notes. Lincoln does.
Hope we need a poll online on our stories about bringing back the Zinger Pie, tagging KFC Australia. We've got Kim,
Kim,
post, Jorick and Jamie here that need a tag.
That we post probably 3 times a week.
Yeah. Oh, there was an Ingrid in here too. They've been through 4 customer service representatives in 4 years.
How's the Christmas party?
Dylan's
where they go,
the constant.
Hey, this it's a messenger again. Did you get it? Yeah, Jorick, I got it as well.
This is
yes,
not the only
Ingrid.
room that chat's been brought up in.
Yeah.
You could start a movement here. 2026 charity wedding goes towards bringing the Zinger Pie back. I'm just putting it out
I mean,
there.
I know we talked about, charities that really, pull in
Need
interest.
it. Well, it sounds like Dylan does.
I don't know if the Zinger Pie resurgence is the appropriate charity, but maybe it is.
I think Dylan would argue with you.
Well, and it was surprised no one learned. I've invested a fair bit of money at KFC.
This year we're supporting FBI, Fat Bastards Incorporated, with our sponsorship of the Zinger Pie. I don't think that's really got the pull that we need it to. Anyway, Lincoln's...
Well, he's whistling.
He's a rude... That's what he is.
He's whistling, so that means it's time. We would very much like to thank Tam, not only for putting up with this absolute rubbish for half an hour, but for organising, taking us out to Belmont, giving us a tour so we could see just where the money we're going to raise next year.
Thank you so much for having me.
thank
And
you.
again, thank you guys for your support. It means so much.
Again, thank us when the hammer goes down.
Yeah, that's
We've
right.
done sweet FA.
Yeah,
You've
someone,
done plenty, young
so
Monty.
someone out there, don't make us look
Young
shit.
Monty. He's not going to like that.
Yeah. Someone out there, don't make us look shit. Turn up with a checkbook.
Yeah.
Oh, not a checkbook. That's an old reference.
So we still accept check. I want to make that very clear. We'll take it however
you
it
do?
comes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we accept
You accept check, but
anything.
banks have stopped printing them. That's the problem.
Well, we'll take old money. We don't care.
All right. That's all from us here at the Two Montys, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
I remembered. I'm busting.